Hey folks, and welcome to another IC82 Mailbox Monday video. We're starting up with a letter. Okay, addresses all over the place. It took about 1 million post-it notes to cover this up. But this is really, really sweet. This has been sent in by Declan. This is a letter that's coming from Declan. It says, "Dear Intercity 82, I'm a major fan of your channel. Please make more awesome videos." I'm trying, Declan. I think it's at least for a week at the moment, and that's quite hard work. I hope you like the picture of the Black 5 in BR livery, and I too, with 10, have the Horizon Express logo train for around $130 Australian dollars. Oh my gosh! I've only just realised this has come from Australia. Wow! I love it when mail comes from like so far away, and well, you can't get much further away than that. Not so cheap. Anyway, I'm a really big fan of the steam locomotives from Declan Hogan, and wow, this is so amazing. Look, that's actually a really good drawing. He says he's 11 years old, and look at that. That is, I mean, I don't think I could draw a Black 5 that good. Not just off the top of my head. No way. That is really, really cool, Declan. Thank you so much for sending that in. And the Black 5 is my favourite. It's my favourite locomotive ever. So that's really, really cool. I shall add that to my collection as usual and look after it for eternity. Thank you very much. Next up, we've got a locomotive, and it's a really, really bizarre one. Whoever sent this in is instantly going to recognise the box. Oh no, this isn't the really bizarre one. That's a couple of items away. But this is still really, really sweet. This is still pretty amazing. It says, "Dear Will, I decided to start my adventure into model railways in December 2014, so not that long ago. I found you on YouTube, and since then I've been subscribed to your channel and watched all of your videos to date. I also keep myself updated with your Twitter and Facebook feeds. You have provided me with a great insight into the hobby and starting point, to which I am now officially buying my own layout from scratch. Wow. So for that, I thank you for your time, effort and knowledge shared to us on the channel to help me and many others alike. I have enclosed a little gift, an N-Gauge Class 37, to show my appreciation and to say thank you." Oh my gosh! P.S. I've not ran the 37. If you don't like it, you can send it back. Okay, so I read that, and then I thought, what? An actual 37? Yes, an actual 37. Oh my gosh. Obviously it's quite old packaging. Look, I'm going into review mode already. So we just open the block of ice packaging here. It's just natural. I wake up in the middle of the night, and just start reviewing stuff. Wow, look at this little beast. Oh my gosh, an actual camcorder. Please stop focusing on the boxes. Thank you. An actual N-Gauge Class 37. It's just stunning. I mean, I know it's not perfect. You can see that there's some detail missing from this end here. And a week ago when I did do all this, I had to put one of the covers, I had to put one of the ends back on as well. So she has had an interesting life. I think a little bit of TLC at Crew Works is needed, so I'll definitely book her in and get her patched up and running as beautiful as can be. But do watch out for that. I'll do a special running video on the N-Gauge layout in the office, and we'll see just how well she runs, so watch out for that. And Simon, thank you so much for sending that in. But as ever, as with everything that's sent into the channel, I never ever own any of it. It's recorded in the database that it's yours, that you have sent it in, so if you ever do want it sending back, maybe after she's been to Crew Works, all you have to do is get in touch, let me know, and off she goes. But thank you for sending it in anyway, and I will do a really cool video on the N-Gauge project with that. That is just so awesome. The 37 is one of my favourites, so I shall add that. I shall file the letter away and then add the locomotive to my locomotive collection. Thank you very much. Next up we have another letter, and oh yeah, of course, I remember this one, and whoever sent it in will recognise the envelope as well. This is quite special because this is the first letter I've been sent in by a girl. Yes, yes, folks, a girl. I'm sure we've all heard of them. There are a few into the hobby. There's actually quite a lot. There's more than most people realise. So this is really, really awesome. Dear Will, IC82, I'm never any good at opening letters, but here we go. My name is Alex, and I'm 16 from Leeds. I'm a rare breed in the model railway stable. I'm a girl! So I just have to say that I've favoured your videos since your channel started, and they're very entertaining. The enthusiasm you have for the hobby is wonderful. Indeed, your excitement during reviews reminds me of the big kids all of us are. It was you who taught me that I can run whatever stock I like, which led to the development of my layout. Is that Harmony? Or it must be Harmony Isle. Is that Harmony Isle? Is that H? It doesn't look like a H. It looks like Harmony. It's either that or Nermony. It's gotta be Harmony. It must be a H. It's gotta be Harmony Isle. Apologies, Alex, if I've totally got that wrong. But would you say that is a H? I'm not too sure. Anyway, the layout is around 3.5 meters long by 2 meters wide. Thank goodness for letters, eh? And is based around a fictional channel island called Harmony, which has much British and continental influence. In a way, it is run in a heritage railway. Whatever I say goes. Actually, that's a really interesting point. Well done, Alex, for bringing that up. If you do build a layout based on a heritage line, you pretty much have got free rein to do anything you want. You can run a Black 5 right next to a Class 150 and no one can say a thing because it's a heritage line. You can do whatever you want. So that's really quite cool. Very clever. There are 2 operating turntables. Good. A large triple tier bridge, locomotive works, and a lake/waterfall. The entire layout is also covered in heavy snow because I think it is a nice season to model, yet is rarely done. That's quite true, yeah. It's ironic I'm a girl interested in railways whenever my boyfriend, also called Alex, okay, and I visit shows or preserved lines. Onlookers always ask me how I feel being dragged around, when in fact it is quite the opposite. Still, Alex humours me about my hobby. My favourite preserved line is probably either the North Yorkshire Moors or something and East Sussex. The Kent and East Sussex, I think that's supposed to say. I've never heard of it. And my fondness for steam is probably very evident. I particularly like pre-grouping, especially Caledonian, London, Brighton, South Coast, Great Northern and London South, North Western companies, just to name a few then. Yeah, it's definitely Harmony. Harmony Isle has been built on a budget, and I feel that is what modelling is about. Building your own or repurposing items. I find it more fun. Perhaps you could have a frugal fortnightly or a thrifty Thursday. Anyway, keep up the good work with videos, and I look forward to the next one. What a cool letter, folks. How ace is that? Alex, thank you so much for writing and getting in touch. That is really, really awesome to read a letter like that. So uplifting, and from a girl as well. I don't get very many many females getting in touch. It would be definitely nice to hear off more of them. So that's really, really, really good. Okay, so next up we have this. This is really, really interesting and really bizarre. Look at this. It's not cat food. It's not. Honestly, I've checked. It is a locomotive. But as you can see, a very, very old locomotive. Incredibly old. So, let's just have a quick look at the letter and see what it says. Dear IC82, please can you have a look at my Class L1 loco? I think it is something to do with the motor, but I'm not sure. Please could you fix it and clean it for me? Love your videos, by the way. Many thanks, Lewis. I also have a channel. Please check out Dorset Steamboy. Well, Lewis, I am certainly happy to have a look at it for you, but I have to say, if any major work is needed, I will have to get in touch with you. Thankfully, Lewis has included contact details so that I can do that. But if any major work needs doing, for a start, I need to ask whether I have permission to do that. And then secondly, if it's quite expensive, I'm going to have to let him know, because obviously I can't just pay for the whole world's locomotive fixings and upgrades and repairs. That's just ridiculous. But yeah, honestly, this is fascinating because, well, as you can tell from the packaging, it is really old. Look, there's the tender, and it says Southern on the side of it, just like that. And then underneath, it does actually say, it's hard to see, but it does say Made in Britain. Yeah, built in Britain. And it actually says Triang. It's got the Triang logo. And then when we open this one, just look at this. Oh my gosh. Look at that. For a start, it weighs a ton. It is really, really heavy. Cab detail, not really applicable because, well, because of the design, because of the construction of the model. I mean, just look at that monster cog underneath there. And then look at the funny wires, the clips. It's like the entire chassis is being used to conduct electricity again. Yeah, Crew Works has got its work cut out here. This is really, really interesting. I'm very confident there is honestly nothing that Crew Works cannot do. But I think this is probably going to be one of our toughest challenges to date because it is just so old. So thank you for sending it in, Lewis. It's going to make a very interesting video, and I will be getting in touch with you to let you know what work needs doing and if that work is going to cost any substantial amount of money, you know. So I'm going to put the locomotive very, very carefully back into its box, and watch out for this because I'll do my research first, as I always do, and then I will set up a series of videos and film the whole thing. But how fascinating is that, folks? I've never seen anything like it. So thank you, Lewis, for sending that in. That's just utterly, utterly bizarre. I'll recycle the Felix cat food box. Okay, so next up is this, and once again, whoever sent this in is going to instantly recognise it. It's huge. Why? Why is it huge? Well, that's because what's inside here is just out of this world. Let me just get rid of all the packaging. There is a letter, I shall read it in a second, but let me just show you. Let me just show you what it is straight away. It's Engage, as some of you have probably already worked out. It's by Dapol, as most of you will have worked out. It's a HST. Oh my gosh. Look at this. An actual Engage HST in Grand Central livery. I mean, when I discovered what this was and I opened it before filming, I was just blown away, absolutely blown away. Let's read the letter and find out why this has been sent in. What is going on? Right, dear Will, hope this letter finds you well. I have been a subscriber for some time, and I have also been meaning to write to you for some time as well. I particularly like watching your videos, so keep them coming. Unfortunately, my drawing skills aren't up to much, so I haven't enclosed a drawing for you. However, I am able, my reading is terrible, folks, I'm sorry. I am able to enclose a little gift for you. A little while ago, I started my own Engage layout. However, it transpires I don't have the time to commit to it. As a result, I enclosed something rather special that I thought you might like to run around your little office layout. It is a Dapol HST book set in Grand Central livery. What? The loco is yours to keep, as I no longer have use for it. It is DCC fitted by myself. You may have to reset the number on it, as I can no longer remember what number was assigned to it. It was in good working order, but may require a clean and hasn't run in some time. As I say, the set is yours to keep and do whatever you want with. I hope you enjoy it. Many thanks, James. And he's on Twitter at Jimmy Wonka. Well, James, I really, really do not know what to say. Well, I do. I do know what to say. For a start, as ever, and I hope I don't upset anybody by saying this, but I don't ever classify in the database anything as mine. Every single thing that someone sends in is recorded in the database as theirs, with all their contact details. So if you ever do want it sent back, you only have to let me know and off it goes, okay? But yeah, this is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. I could make loads of really cool videos using this, because I've got quite a few trains for the N-Gauge now. I mean, there's the Class 150 as well, isn't there? Plus there's a Black 5 that should have shown at Christmas, and because I was in hospital it didn't. So this is just amazing. I don't know what to say. I mean, just look at it. It's absolutely, oh gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it needs a bit of clean. It needs a bit of a clean. It does need a bit of attention, and a trip, you know, a visit to Crew Works would not go amiss, because it would be able to tune it up, make sure it's running smoothly. So I shall definitely do something like that before I do any running videos on it. But that is amazing. James, this is incredible. I think you're mad, but in a good way. I think you're incredibly thoughtful, and that's just amazing. And it's also quite close to my birthday as well. Maybe I should just treat it as a birthday present. I don't know what to say. Oh my gosh. Well, I know what I'm going to do. As I say, everything gets logged in the database. I will record it along with all your details. I shall make some really, really cool videos on it. We'll all enjoy it. I'll make lots of really fantastic running videos using this HST and some other trains as well. And hopefully people will enjoy that and get lots of amusement from it. So we'll all have James to thank you for that. And oh my gosh, yeah, it's just kind of blown me away, that is. An actual HST in N-Gauge, in Grand Central livery. I've never even seen the Grand Central livery. That's just amazing. Gosh. Okay, so as I recover from that, I've been sent in another package here, and I don't know how it's actually got here, because there's no like stamps or postmarks or anything. This is really bizarre. But this has been sent in by my really, really good friend Dan, who lives down in the Birmingham sort of area, just south of Birmingham, I think. And he is a very, very avid rail enthusiast, out filming footage of trains nearly every weekend, I think, if he can help it. And he's sent in, and this is uncannily timed, he has sent in a Class 91. The timing is just amazing, because the Class 91 project is about to end. The Class 91 that was sent in by Harry, LNER fan 4472, that's about to be sent back to him. Well, I'm going to meet him actually. I'm just going to drive over and see him, I think. And Craig has been working on Harry's Class 91 and upgrading it, as you've all seen. And now we have another one. The house is just full of Class 91s at the moment. You just can't get anywhere. You're just kicking them over as you go for breakfast and stuff. No, I'm only joking. Dear Will, IC82, hello again, it's Dan. I decided to send you another letter as I've attached a locomotive which requires a visit to Crew Works. Yes, it's the ever-troubling Hornby Class 91, part of the Intercity 225 set. I thought I would write a letter with the parcel just to let you know a few things that have been happening. Well, since the video was at Barnt Green went live, I have grown around 35 subscribers, during which I have finally overcome the challenge of 500 subs. I'm currently on 536 as of the 15th of June. Oh, that's really, really good, Dan. Well done. Taking off today, I had my GCSE media exam. Oh my gosh. Of course, I think you finished the GCSEs now, haven't you, Dan? I think it went well. Just a few more weeks of school before jetting off on a Boeing 757 for a holiday. Nice. Following that, I'll be doing what you expect, seeing a whole load of trains. I have spoken to your arch nemesis, the Class 70, and it's agreed not to assassinate you as it tried to do last time. Not too much to say, really. We have some good stuff through my way recently. A 56, some 60s, 66s, a 37, a 20, 57s, wow. Hope you're okay, as well as Lisa and Craig. I'm just a Facebook message away if you need me. And then you've got his YouTube, his Flickr, and his Twitter. So I'm sure he's not too bothered about me not covering those up. He's included some printouts. These are photos taken by Dan, by the way. He is becoming a really, really good photographer. I mean, just look at that. He's got a fantastic camera, and he just manages to get some really, really good shots. In fact, I think he got a fantastic one the other day. I think it was, I think it might have been a tornado. No, I think it was a Deltic. It was either a Deltic or tornado, but it was very, very good. So yeah, Dan has sent in a Class 91. Wow. Okay, Dan, well, we'll book her into Crew Works for you, get her overhauled, and see what we can do. I shall be in touch. So I probably won't make videos on it because we've just done the Class 91 project, but I'll definitely be in touch with you, and we'll get her running beautifully for you, don't worry. Not a problem. I've saved the best till last, folks. Well, how can you say that? We've already had a really old Triang loco, a HST, a drawing of a Black 5, a Class 37 in N-gauge. I told you this was a loco extravaganza, and it's not about to end. There are 2 locos inside here. 2. Okay, so there's the letter. There is a letter, as always, as I'd expect. But there's also 2 locomotives. Let me show you. A really, really old GWR pannier. And a mega old, like about 2,000 years or something. I don't even know what class. I think it's an M something, but I really don't know. Look at that. This is just incredible. Let's read the letter and find out what's going on, shall we? Okay, here we go. Dear Will / IC82, my name is Joe, I'm 14 years old, and like you, I'm planning a new double O gauge layout. I have watched your videos for about a year now. I think that the N-gauge project has to be my favourite series of videos because I thought that was just such a brilliant and nifty idea to have a train running snacks across rooms and wagons. I also enjoy some of your loco reviews. I particularly enjoyed your review of the Midland Pullman from a few years back. Oh gosh, yes, what a train. I think you did an awesome review, and the train set was amazing with all the lighting and in the dark and stuff. Until now, I have just had pretty much a simple DC loop in the garage to run trains on, but it was the thought of having trains with sounds and lights that made me want to build the DCC layout. I have sent 2 locos with this letter. Exhibit A, Exhibit B. I have sent 2 locos with this letter, and I also have some questions about them. The first loco I sent to you is a GWR 57XX pannier tank in Great Western livery. This loco belongs to my dad, and he was given it over 40 years ago as a birthday present when he was my age. It is the favourite of my trains, as it is just such a sweet little locomotive, and although she is the oldest, she is also the most reliable. I would love to have this tank engine running on my new DCC layout in the loft, and I was wondering whether it would be possible to convert this 40-year-old loco to DCC, or would it just be too difficult? She is not a bad runner, doesn't coat too badly with points, and is quite strong too, so you are welcome to try her out on your layout. The second loco I sent to you belonged to my dad and his brother, and is older than the GWR pannier tank. It is an old Triang X LSWR M7 class loco in black BR livery. Some problems with this loco. There are some nasty wiring problems with her, and the motor is not in very good condition. Either I was wondering if it was possible to repair the loco, and if so, how would that be done to get it running again, as it was my dad's first model train? Or is it too far gone to bring back from the dead? I hope you can offer some advice on these 2 locos. Enjoy running the pannier tank, and it would be great if you could pop them both in the post back to me when you're done. Joe. Yeah, I was going to say, it doesn't say who it is. Joe. Right, Joe. Well, wow, what can I say? Again, absolutely fascinating. I've never been sent in locomotives like them, and I'll just get the pannier out to show you as well. Here we go. So there's the pannier. And you can see that these are both very, very old. So Joe says the pannier runs great, but needs a chip. So we're going to have to see if that's doable. And as for this one, it's so old that, well, it'll just be amazing whether we can get it working or not. I'm pretty sure we can. IC82 Crew Works is happy to carry out work on on locomotives like this and make interesting videos out of them. But if anything does have to be bought, if anything has to be paid for, like chips or new components, then I will have to get in touch with that person, A, to get permission, and then B, to tell them how much it's going to cost and stuff like that. So again, more research is going to be needed. I'll get them booked into Crew Works. We'll see what we can do. I'm pretty confident that chipping that one won't be too much of a problem. As for this one, that's going to be hard work. But again, she's in the best place. She's in the best place in the world. If Crew Works can't do anything, I don't know where can. So, thank you, Joe, for sending those in. And oh my gosh, folks. You're determined to keep me busy.